All right, everybody, we're back. My next guest is a comedian and a regular on The Howard Stern Show on Sirius Satellite Radio. His book, Too Fat to Fish, is in stores now. Please welcome Artie Lange.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I would take off these glasses, but I am so high right
Very nice.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
very nice. It's very bright in here.
Thank you.
You know what? First of all, congratulations are in order. The pre-sales on this book are through the roof, I think, on Amazon.
Yeah.
And this thing is pretty much a shoe-in to be a New York Times bestseller. I'm not even kidding about that.
Yeah.
So congratulations. How do you feel about this?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Well, I'll tell you.
For you.
When this thing officially is on the New York Times bestsellers list, I am calling a few guidance counselors at my high school.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Bunch of dirtbags. They told me I would be like a shepherd or something.
A shepherd? They thought you would be a shepherd?
Yeah.
You've shown them, haven't you?
You sell a little weed at lunch, and right away they got uptight, you know.
Yeah. Well, who
No,
are
but
they?
I mean, listen, it's been great. It's been great.
And who did you? I see it's with Anthony Bozza. Who is this guy you wrote it with?
He's a guy who I never met. He just listened to the radio show and wrote a book. I had nothing to do with it.
I love the refreshing honesty.
Yeah. No, actually, he writes a lot of books with a lot of different people. Like Tommy Lee he wrote a book with. So you could see a theme.
Yeah.
You know. He writes books about guys with big. Are you on HBO yet?
Yeah. I look forward to working with him.
It's a sausage party.
you-
No, we can bleep that.
We can bleep that. Like you'll be involved in the process of bleeping. We'll take care of that. You're gonna roll out of here the minute this thing's over. Take care of that mess.
It's not me. It's the Vicodin that they are selling on 9th Avenue now. It's awful. But he's writing a book right now with Tracy Morgan.
Right.
And I love Tracy Morgan.
So he's written with Tommy Lee, Tracy Morgan, and you.
Yeah. So I don't think he's ever written a book for someone who can read. But Tracy's a great guy, very funny guy.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Tracy's illiterate. I don't know. Yeah. No, he's a friend of mine. I don't know. I've never seen him read or write anything. But he's a very funny guy. And me and him have had a lot of the same problems. Like, he's had problems with drugs and alcohol. And it's funny, I saw him last year in California. And this is why Tracy's the best, you know. I had seen in the news that he was getting sober, you know. And I walked up to him at this party, and he had that big bracelet on that could tell if you're drunk. You know?
Yeah, I heard he had to wear this device that goes off if he's had alcohol.
Right, but it was funny. He wrappered it up. It was like all blinged out in diamonds and stuff. He had like a diamond booze bracelet. And I walked up to him and I said, "Tracy, how's it going?" And he said, "I'm enjoying my sobriety." And I said, "How long have you been sober?" And he said, 8 days.
He was excited about 8 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I
that's
said,
good.
what happens if you drink too much? He said, "This thing sends signals to the police." It was like talking to a guy from 1882 or something. It was like, "Hello there, Mr. Police."
Well, let's move on to a new topic now.
I'm telling you, he's a friend of mine.
Yes. You're seeing a therapist. Is that right?
Yep.
And tell
I
us
gotta
about
go later.
Is that talk about this appearance? Yeah. You're seeing this therapist. What's that process like? Do you getting anything from this?
It's horrible. It's court ordered. You shouldn't do that because I'm not.
Shouldn't get a court-ordered therapist?
No, I'm not. I'm not into it. And my instinct is to make jokes, and therapists are the worst audience, man. They don't giggle, they don't smirk.
So this guy doesn't laugh at anything you say?
Well, I was telling him about my ex-girlfriend. I said, the best sex I ever had with my ex-girlfriend is when we're mad at each other. We have this awful, and he said, you know, there's a term for that. It's called hate sex. And I thought of a joke to lighten it up. I said, listen, I've had a lot of hate sex. Every time me and my girlfriend have sex, she hates it.
not bad.
And then he went, let's move on to your childhood.
You're not going to this guy for yucks, though. I
No,
think
but
that's...
and then 2 months into it, we discussed everything about my feelings. And I said, listen, man, I can't go any further because, quite frankly, I've never talked with another human being about my feelings for 2 months without getting laid. So, why don't we dim the lights and let's get it on here? I'm not telling you any more about my childhood. And, I cried in front of the guy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you cry in front of a broad if you want to get a little... You've cried to get laid. Don't even try it.
No, I've cried afterwards.
Don't applaud that.
The weirdest thing about this interview is I see myself when I'm talking to you. I look at you and I just see this Bob's big boy looking back at me.
It's bad if you're looking at me and seeing yourself. You don't have much
Let's talk
longer.
about something on the Howard Stern show. This is a very funny thing that happened. They took a picture of you while you were taking a nap. You were asleep.
Yeah, I fall asleep at work because I was on heroin for like 2 years. I was nodding off.
Okay.
Excuse me for being honest.
Yeah, he's being honest. I just said okay.
Richard Pryor says it. He's a genius, and I'm just a slut.
Okay, then. So you fell asleep.
I did stand up for the troops in Afghanistan.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Try to boo that, dirtbag. I did stand up for the troops.
You did go.
I went over there.
You went over there, and you...
I'll tell you, we were in the crap there. It's so embarrassing when they have to get an extension for a bulletproof vest.
They gave you the XXL bulletproof vest?
Yeah, most soldiers aren't big fat guys. And I was doing... Afghanistan is the start of the heroin trail. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I do know that.
How do you know that?
We'll get to that later.
Oh, you read it in books?
It's very lucrative.
Yeah, right, it is. And as a heroin addict, I was doing this show outdoors, and I saw this big mountain, and I knew right over the mountain were all these poppies, where they grow the heroin.
Right.
And the addict in me, in the middle of my show, I said, God, right over that mountain is all this fresh heroin. And I said, I would love to do some fresh heroin, because by the time I get it here, it's stepped on and, it's smuggled into the country, and it's disgusting. And I said, for once, I would love to do some heroin that hasn't been in some chick's colon for 3 weeks. That she had to evacuate at a Best Western in the Bronx at gunpoint.
So you're just getting behind the whole organic food movement is basically what you're doing.
I made a lot of friends.
You want stuff that's locally grown.
I made a lot of friends over there. The soldiers, they're fighting over there.
They're good men.
For God knows
good
what.
women.
Thank you. No, they are good men and women. They are. I got to be friends with some of them. They say hi to you. They think I know you.
You do know me. You've been here how many times? 50 times? 60 times?
When have we been out together, Conan?
Do you want to go out with me?
I'll tell you what.
Do you really want to hang with me? Would you like to see me go out with Artie? You want to go out with me?
I'm being serious. If you could be, if for once in our relationship you couldn't joke around, Conan. I've been coming on for 10 years. This is probably my 18th appearance here.
Yes.
And I'm very sentimental about this. You're leaving, right? You're going to do the Tonight Show.
I'm going out to Los Angeles, yeah.
I know, it sucks. And what am I supposed to do? Have witty conversations with Jimmy Fallon now? How is that gonna...
Yes, he's a very funny guy. You'll love Jimmy. He's a very funny young man.
I love Jimmy, but he's not you, man. You were a writer. Yeah, it's like, until I see Jimmy, then I'll just totally throw you under the bus. But
I know how it's all gonna go.
Good luck, man. I don't know. I think it's a bad move.
Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
If I were you, I would.
You don't think I can tan? Where do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go?
I would have rooted for that bobblehead Leno to stay longer, and you could have got the $40 million for nothing, right? Wasn't that your deal? You would have got $40 million, right?
No, I don't think so. $40 million not to work?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I got to look into that.
It's like when I was...
Is that a possibility?
I read it in the TV Guide.
You read it in the TV Guide.
It said jeers to Conan
Cheers to Conan.
for taking $40 million for not working.
Let's get that deal. Find me that TV Guide guy. The Howard Stern Show airs on Sirius Satellite Radio.
How about that, man?
I love the awkward pauses more than anything. And Too Fat to Fish is in stores now. Check it out. Artie Lange, thank you for being here. We'll be right back. Connor Oberst and the Mystic Valley Band. Stick around.